Okay, back to the Pentametric. Pentametric gives you lots of options. Hopefully you can read that while I hold the camera at this angle. You've got your 5 main buttons. These are your options. These are programmable buttons. You can choose any function to put in each one of these. At the moment you can see I've got battery 1 and battery 2. Amps 1, 2 and 3 on here. 1 and 2 are the battery banks, and amps 3 is the solar amps coming down from my panels. This is a standard piece of card that comes with it. I'm just deciding how to change this around, and then I'll print out my own little card to put in there, but this is the standard card that comes with the Pentametric. So amp hours in here, battery percentage full, days ago charged, or equalizers I've got there. I've changed it. I'm modifying this. You can come up with 1,000 different combinations of what you want on here, but I'm using it for a while to see what works best, and the default settings are pretty good. I've just added a few to them. So you can see the green lights illuminated here. Let's go through this one. You can see the heading battery 1 and battery 2. So up there, battery 1 100% full, battery 1 watts minus 121. Okay, that's the power being drawn off my battery at the moment. The battery's not dropping because the power's coming directly from the solar panels straight through to the appliances. Okay, let's go through the buttons. Okay, the first button press highlights the screen, turns on the backlight. Okay, battery 2 watts drawing 117. That's powering some lights up here in the shed, some LED lights. The inverter itself uses a fair bit. If I just show you, I turn off the lights, the inverter will drop right down, but it'll still use a little bit of power because it's running a fan to cool itself. Okay, so I've got battery 1, battery 2 watts. Here's the solar amps, how much power's coming down from there. If I go across to my charge controller, flick that over to amps, you can see 4.1, 4.6, 4.6, somewhere around there. Okay. And battery 1 volts, you can check that on the charge controller, 27. Okay. Battery 2 volts, 14.3. Go to the charge controller. Actually, it's just dropping back now because I've turned off the lights in here. Hope you can see that. And 0 amps, it's not drawing any power, that one. Okay. So that's what I've got in button 1. Associated with that one, you'll see this other green light. I can keep some of those readings and look at battery 2 volts and how full is battery 2. 92%. And battery 1 days ago charged, battery 2 days ago charged. Back to here, battery 1 average. Okay, you've got combinations that work. The 2 buttons that light up tell you which are the best 2 to press to get related information. Okay, so I'll go through this one. Battery 1 average, battery 1 amps, keeps the average there, keeps the average. Battery 2 amps, drawing 6 amps from that battery. Solar amps. Okay. Next button over here. This is cumulative data. Okay, it's adding up what's going on. So far today, 3 amp hours from there. Battery 2, it's taking 35 amp hours out of that battery. Those batteries are 225 amp hour batteries, so they're not running very low. Okay. And you can see 1.8. So 1.8, 1 kilowatt, nearly 2 kilowatts been drawn from the solar panel today. Okay, there's your basic data. Watt hours, 40 from battery 1. Battery 2 watt hours, 44. All this data can be reset. Okay, next button. Battery 2 watt hour. Okay, battery 1 percentage full, you can see it's 100%. Battery 2 92%. That will charge up through the rest of the day today. Battery 1 days ago charged. Okay, not too long ago. Let's check battery 2 days ago charged, not too long ago. Okay. Over here shows me when the last time these batteries were equalised. So battery 1 days ago equalised 3.8, nearly 4 days ago. Every 30 days they should be equalised, and if I don't do that, I will get down here, you probably can't see it, that'll light up, little red light. Okay. Battery 2 days ago equalised 5.13. Okay, and then you've got some efficiency factors in there. These are the 5 programmable buttons. This one is your alarm. This button here will reset any data. So if I want to reset that, if this is highlighted, I can reset the watt hours. Just give it, I'll press that and it's going to count down to 0, but I don't want to do that. You've got about 8 seconds to look at it, decide if you want to delete it or not. Okay. Now over here are the displays. System history data. I don't know if you can see these buttons highlighting. I can go through that. That's day 86. I can go through hour by hour and count down all the data. It's great if you're really into monitoring your batteries and seeing how efficient they're getting. Okay, day 85. You've got a huge amount of data there. You've got a data on everything. It's great to graph that. Okay, I'm going to go to battery history. You can flick through. These lights highlight the history of the batteries. All that information. If I press this button again, this is your programmable part. You can program all of these buttons, and this gives you an idea how you can program it. It's very detailed to begin with, but once you learn how to do it, it's quite simple. Okay. The Pentametric comes with a control unit. This is the display unit. Control unit. You can see the control unit there. Shows you how to wire it all up. Takes a little bit of time, but I'm not an electrician and I wired it up successfully. And of course, as I showed you before, there's your shunts. These are the wires coming from a common negative that go to the control units. This thing here is a battery desulfate. I'm not sure if it works or not, but the batteries are, I keep it on all the time. The batteries are in really good nick after about a year. Okay. So there you can see my setup. Solar panels are up on the roof. That's it. That's the Pentametric. Thanks and goodbye.